Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Slime. In today's video, I have a full Cayo Perico guide. We're going to go start to finish, all the setup missions, the scope out mission. I'm going to show you guys how to get $1.8 million as I did here. This is a full stealth guide, and again, it is going to be a bit of a longer video because we are going from start to finish. It has been a heavily requested video in my comment section to kind of just do a full-on guide. But before we get into today's video, I need one thing from you guys, of course. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and only takes 1 second. Now, let's get into today's video. We're going to start from the top. You have to go to Warstock Cash and Carry and get a Kasaka submarine. It is $2.2 million. If you need help earning money to get the submarine, you can check out my other previous videos on solo money methods to help get your money up. I do highly suggest buying the Sparrow with the submarine. It is not necessary, but heavily recommended, as this will speed up the process for the heist and all the setup missions, probably cut the time in almost half. If you have an oppressor, though, you can also use your oppressor, as you will see I do in this video. I kind of mix up both. The heist does cost $100,000 after the recent nerf. It used to only be $25,000. It is now $100,000. So for the scope out mission, you want to try to get Procopio Beach, as I did here. It's the spot all the way up north, and the reason for this is the highest chance of getting the pink diamond target as your primary target. Of course, the pink diamond did not get a nerf in the recent nerf that Rockstar has rolled out for the Cayo Perico heist. All the other primary targets got a 30% nerf, and it really sucks, but luckily if you get the pink diamond, it is still worth 1.3 million, so that is very nice. And the highest chance of getting it is the higher north you go for the scope out mission. So if you get, a scope out mission where you're midway in the map or somewhere on the lower half, you want to just enter a new lobby and keep restarting the gather intel mission until you get Procopio Beach, because again, this will give you the highest chance of landing the pink diamond as your target. You want to get in the Vellum here. It is going to be a bit slower than the normal one because of course it is further north and has a higher chance of a better primary target. So the downfall of it is the Vellum, aka the plane that you steal, is going to be a bit slower, but it's definitely worth it due to the fact that your primary target is usually going to be better the further up north you have to go to steal the Vellum. So try to look out for Procopio Beach. In my personal experience, it doesn't guarantee pink diamond, but it is your best bet. So I'm gonna skip ahead. You're gonna have to fly across the map in the slow plane, but once you land in Cayo Perico, this guy's pretty much gonna tell you off and stay here. But of course, we're not gonna stay here. We're gonna scope out the island because we are thieves, right, fellas? So anyway, you're gonna want to scope out this hangar right here as soon as you land on the Cayo Perico island. This is where a lot of your good secondary targets are going to be. That's going to be your weed, your cocaine, your cash, or I think that's pretty much it. Paintings and gold are going to be inside the compound, so the hangar will spawn either cash, weed, or cocaine. In this scenario, I did get a pack of cocaine, which is one of the best secondary targets, and I believe that I ended up going for a painting that was inside of the compound to split up the bag half and half. So secondary targets, the cocaine is going to take up half of your bag, the marijuana will take up 1/3, and cash will be 1/4. So you want to choose your secondary targets wisely. Anyway, I'm going to be showing you guys step by step how to get to the communications tower. Again, if you're a vet and you already know this, you can obviously skip ahead, but this is a guide from beginning to end, so I will be covering literally every single detail. You want to just hop on the dirt bike. It always spawns in that same location, and you want to just follow me step by step here. You will never get caught. Just pay attention to the mini map, pay attention to the dots moving around, but for the most part, if you follow this route that I am on now, you should be fine in terms of getting caught or spotted by the Rubio's horrendous security guards. These security guards are the worst. But anyway, you want to hit this hill at a little bit of an angle. The dirt bike will climb it, and you want to just slowly come around these little rocks here. Make sure not to fall down into the water, otherwise the mission will become a lot harder because you will now be but anyway, you want to just come around through this little field here, make this left, and the communications tower will be straight up to the top. Now, if there is a guard at the communications tower on the bottom level, that means that the signal box will be up the ladder. If there is no guard, that means it will be on ground level. So in this case, we do have a guard on the other side of that fence, meaning we have to climb up and up and up. And there we go. We're climbing. Is it on this floor? No, it is not. We have to go up to the next floor all the way to the tippity top. This is a very simple hack. A lot of people say they don't understand this hack, but it's very easy. You just have to create the final number. Oh, wow, this one was all the way at the top, fellas. Anyway, you just have to create the number, the targeted number with the numbers provided with the multipliers that are to the right side. So the X is going to be times 10. The little 2 dashes with a slash is going to be times 2. And then I forget what the 0 is. The 0 is the little square with the line through it. So here we need 98. So of course, all we got to do is 9 times 10, and then 5 times 1 and 3 times 1 is obviously equal to 8. And we have 98. The hack is done. You're going to open your Sightseer app on the bottom right of your phone. And this is where you scope out your primary target. As you can see, we did get the pink diamond. I'm telling you, Procopio Beach is the way to go, man. You will get pink diamond a lot. We also got a painting in the office. So yeah, we're going to do a cocaine pack, and we are going to do a painting. That should be half and half. As I said, cocaine is half of your bag, and then the painting will be another half. So that will give us a full loot bag in order to get the elite challenge. Because of course, the elite challenge,
I believe I can fly.
You're just gonna kill yourself. Just do it. Just jump, and when you respawn, you will respawn right next to the plane, and you could just simply return back to Los Santos without having to go all the way back through the island, all the way back to your plane. So just jump off, man. Let it fly, let it rip, man. Just kill yourself. Anyway, hopefully I don't get, any strikes for all the foul language. Excuse me for the foul language. I apologize ahead of time. It's just part of my humor. Anyway, we're gonna head up back to the setup board. These are all your setup missions. You need an approach vehicle, 3 pieces of equipment, and a weapon loadout. Very easy. We're gonna start off actually with the weapon loadout. I personally did the marksman. As you can see, the Penrith building. You want to try to get the building locations. Do not do the Merryweather headquarters mission, because that mission is glitched half the time and it takes like 15 minutes. Just start up a new lobby if you get the Merryweather headquarters. But as you can see here, this is another little tip. You can hop in your submarine and drive it to the shores of Vespucci Beach. That's what I personally suggest, because then it's less flying around. I personally use my oppressor, so I just jumped off the sub, went straight up to the street, called in my oppressor, and flew straight to the building. But of course, if you did purchase the Sparrow, as I mentioned before, you can just go to the back of your sub, hop in your Sparrow, and fly over to this rooftop. You want to take out these guards. They're relatively brain dead. This is very easy, very simple. We're just going to wipe them all out. Headshot, headshot, headshot. Headshot, headshot, headshot. And there's one left in the left side door over there. Boom, we're gonna get rid of him. Now you gotta breach this wall safe, which does have a little bit of a hack. It can be a little tricky sometimes. It could take a little while. Basically, you gotta find the sequence of the 4 letters that are there within the conglomerate of numbers. I said letters, I meant numbers. You gotta find them within this conglomerate. Luckily, I found this one pretty quick, I believe. Yep, 6015. I see it right there. Boom. Now you just got to walk back over to the wall. Your character's going to open up the wall safe, and boom, you have your unmarked weapons. Pavel will tell you the unmarked weapons are necessary because, of course, Rubio is a cartel boss. And if you use marked weapons, he will find you, track you, and kill you and your entire family, right? So anyway, let's get back on our oppressor. We're going to fly back to our sub, which is parked on the beach. Like I said, this will save you tons and tons of time. If you guys can, I highly suggest driving it onto the shore, park it on the sand, and then if you have an oppressor or a Sparrow, you just fly right back. If you have the Sparrow, you could just fly into the back of the sub. If you have the oppressor, you just park it right on the nose of the submarine and just walk right into the door. Now we're going to start up our next setup mission. This is for the plasma cutter. So this is going to be your second setup mission out of the 5, or is it 6? I think it's 5 or 6. I don't even know. I'm fried, man. But anyway, for the plasma cutter, you're just going to fly over to the safe house. I have this fast forwarded, of course. I'm trying to save somewhat time. I know it's a longer video, but I am trying to save you guys some time. But anyway, when you get to the safe house, you're going to have to take a picture of this planning board. You want to stand about 5-6 feet away from it, take a picture and send it to Pavel, and then he will send you the location of the crew that is using the plasma cutter, and we're going to go steal it from them, right? So anyway, there is no honor amongst thieves. I hope they know that and understand and respect the jokes. You must respect the jokes, fellas. Anyway, I pull up on my oppressor. I completely obliterate these guys. I make them regret the day that they ever tried to rob and use a plasma cutter today. It is mine. The oppressor really helps with the setup missions. The Sparrow as well, but the oppressor is obviously just a little bit easier because, as you can see, I could just fly right over. I don't even have to get off of it, and the plasma cutter just teleports onto my back because it knows who daddy is. Now we just park on the submarine again, go back inside, and boom, plasma cutter delivered. 2 setup missions banged out in like 5 minutes. And now next we are going to do the cutting torch. This one's also relatively easy. You just want to hop on your good old oppressor or sparrow, which again, I highly recommend getting the sparrow because it will help with the time tremendously. You're just going to fly over to the construction site, grab a hard hat because this will make you invisible. Apparently just putting on a yellow hat just completely makes these guys blind. Rockstar's hilarious, man. The little things that they put in this game are absolutely comedy. But anyway, you're going to want to search these little 2 boxes for a bright blue cutting torch. There it is. It's usually towards the back. We're going to go ahead and pick that up and just run right past these douchebags, right back to our oppressor, and fly right back onto our submarine. But anyway, like I was saying, I highly suggest getting a sparrow. Oppressor's a little different. It's a lot more expensive. A sparrow will run you about, I think, 1.8 million. So between the submarine and sparrow, it would be $4 million. And oppressor's obviously 8, but it does help the time tremendously. Next, we are going to do the fingerprint cloner. Again, very simple. Hop on your aircraft vehicle, fly over to the location on the map. I fast forwarded it again to save some time, but you're going to want to clear out these 4 guys inside this room. This guy I had a little bit of trouble with, but ultimately smacked them with a 12 gauge, absolutely obliterated him. You're gonna walk over to this computer and do this very easy hack that apparently is not that easy for me because again, I am fried. But anyway, it's gonna spell out Panther every single time. You just gotta stop the letters on the green letters. Well, stop the bar on the green letters, whatever. Very easy hack, but apparently I was incapable. And then after you do that, it will reveal the location of the fingerprint cloner. You're going to want to take out these 2 cameras so that reinforcements do not come to this location. Then you're just going to want to shoulder that door like a linebacker. And then you're going to just head to the back left. The fingerprint cloner is always going to spawn to the back left. And then we're going to go ahead and skedaddle up on out of there, hop back on our daddy oppressor, and just go right back to the submarine for the next setup mission. Again, very, very simple and easy setups, fellas. I finished these setups and the main finale in a total of about 40 minutes for a full Cayo Perico run, and you make a shit ton of money, man. Cayo Perico is still cash king in GTA. I don't care what anybody says. There is other good ways to make money, but Cayo Perico is still cash king. But anyway, for the next one, this is going to be the long fin vehicle approach. We're not using the submarine approach because that is better for duos where you could have 2 key cards. This one, we're not doing any door glitches like I have in my previous videos. This is just going to be a straight up legit solo run with no glitches, no nothing. So we are going to do the long fin approach, which is best for a solo player. You're going to want to just fly over to one of the truck stops that Pavel sends you the coordinates to. You're going to grab one of these trucks and just break on into this police station, just hook that bad boy right on the back of it, and we're just going to head out. When you head out, you want to hop out the truck and you just want to let the cops kill you. Just let yourself die because this will take the cops off you. Trust me, you do not want to drive that slow ass truck. They're going to shoot out your tires and you're going to have to drive it like that all the way down to the port where you have to deliver it. So of course, just get wasted, man. Let them drop you, and when you respawn, the cops will not be on your tail, and you can simply just walk right back over to the truck and then drive it nice and peacefully like a real gentleman down to the port and get that bad boy delivered. And now we are ready for the finale, ladies and gentlemen. So we are doing the long fin approach. You're going to want to have the main dock as your approach point with the drainage tunnel as your entry point into the compound. I have it on screen here. This is the setup you want to do. But anyway, when you approach the main dock, you want to just bust a left with the long fin and pull up exactly where I did here. This is the airstrip that you land on when you do your scope out mission. So if you remember, this is where we scoped out all of our secondary loot. So you want to wait for the guy on the balcony back there to turn around. Once he does, you want to just jump up, stand up on this ledge that I'm leaning on now, and you're going to just shoot out the camera that's there because it will see you while you are going into the shed. So just hit that bad boy with a shot, and now our coast is clear. We can go on here and get our white stuff, which again does take up half of your bag. But outside of gold, unless you're doing door glitches or you're doing this with a partner to be able to grab gold with the key cards, then the white stuff is the best secondary loot for sure. Oh, excuse me. For sure, the best secondary loot. And again, you want to just wait for that guy to turn around right there. And once he does, you're just going to go right back up to the wall. You're going to just jump over the wall and head right back to the long fin because we are going to grab a painting that is placed inside of the compound. So we don't need anything else on this airstrip. But of course, if you get 2 packs of white stuff, you want to stay on the airstrip and grab the second pack of white stuff because that will be better than a painting. But in our case, all we had was cash and marijuana, which personally, I'd rather have a painting over the cash or the marijuana. So again, you hop in your long fin, you just wrap around the entire island just like I did here. You're going to want to jump in the water, equip your your rebreather with the left arrow on the D-pad. I don't know what it is for PC. I play on PS5, so it will be the left arrow on the D-pad. And then from here, it's pretty much the same as the submarine approach. You just, burn down the gate under the water. You come up right here through the drainage tunnel, and then you're going to want to follow this route step by step. This is full stealth. You will never get caught. None of the bodies will ever get found, so you just want to make sure to follow this step by step. You can drop the bodies that I drop are safe, and they might drop the gate key, so that way you don't have to do the fingerprint cloner. But most of the time, they won't drop the gate key, and in which case, you will have to go upstairs and do the fingerprint cloner, which I end up doing here. So you just want to wait for this guy on the balcony to go back to his post over there, and then you're just going to want to hit this right and then wrap around with a left. Again, this is full stealth. You will never get caught. This guy dropped because he will never get spotted. Sometimes he drops the gate key. In this case, he didn't. There is going to be a guy coming down from the steps here. I usually just don't even kill him. I just lean up on the wall here. Our torso is completely missing, and that is totally normal and fine. We just don't have a stomach or any vital organs, and yet we are still living alive and well. Anyway, once he walks past, you're going to want to just slip on behind them, go upstairs in the office, make sure you hit the safe here. Although it is nerfed, it is still worth it to hit it because it gets you anywhere from 20 to 90,000 bucks, and you definitely want to hit that safe. And then we had a painting here, so we're just going to go ahead and scrape this off the wall, go ahead and bag Mona Lisa up. We just bagged Mona Lisa, ladies and gentlemen. We bagged the baddie. And that will fill up our bag, which again is vital because we're looking to do the elite challenge. As always, elite is a must, right? So we're going to go ahead and put her in our bag. Then we're going to go ahead and hit the fingerprint cloner. This is very easy. You just want to line them up 1 through 6 from top to bottom. Very simple hack, not too complicated. Takes like 45 seconds to 1 minute tops. This is on hard mode, so instead of 3, we do have 4. But of course, downstairs waiting for us is the vibrant, beautiful pink diamond on hard mode, which is worth, I'll do 10 fingerprints to get the pink diamond on hard mode, man. Screw 4. I'll do 15 of them. I'll do 40 of them. Man, that might be a little too much. But anyway, you want to just walk up to the gate, hit it with the cutting torch, and then you're going to break through the gate. And then, of course, our vibrant pink diamond on the other side of this, we are going to use the plasma cutter. You got to watch that bar on the bottom right. Make sure it doesn't overheat, because if it does overheat a few times, it will set an alarm off, I believe. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I've never allowed it to overheat to test it. But you want to just keep, tapping on the trigger, letting it get towards the top, and eventually it will break through the gate. We're going to grab our pink diamond. Boom, $1.9 million. We are going to, of course, have to pay a fencing fee later and other fees, which will lower our profits, but still very, very good profits. And now, to get off the island, you just simply have to exit the office, head back down the stairs, snoop right past this guy again. The worst security guard in the world goes to him. I don't know how he doesn't hear us. We're literally breathing on his neck as we are passing him. And now right here, you just want to run, jump over this little balcony, hit a left on these stairs, and we are in the clear, boys. We could run straight to the exit here. And of course, our character is going to bang and kick the door. He's going to do everything he can before noticing the big old green button that says open. Stupidest cutscene of all time. I don't know why Rockstar does these things, but hey, it adds humor to the game, right? Again, we do not have a torso, so all our vital organs are missing, but what we do have is a bag filled with $1.9 million. So who needs a kidney, a liver, a gut, intestines, and a stomach when we have $1.9 million, right? So anyway, you're going to want to just head tap this guy right here. You're going to go ahead and hop on his dirt bike, and then we are going to head off the island. Now, I need you guys to please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. It takes 1 second of your time. And if this guide has helped you in any way, then please go ahead and do that for me. I would really appreciate it. And it helps how the channel performs in the YouTube algorithm. But anyway, let's finish closing out this video, man. We are not at the end yet. You want to follow step by step what I just did to get off the island, wheelie off the little mountain, fall into the water, equip your rebreather. Don't forget, because you will pass out from drowning before the heist is over. You want to just swim over to these little mines over here, and once the text from the bottom disappears, you want to just stop swimming, because I found that this will end the heist sooner. And just like that, boom, heist is over. Now, I will leave the profits on the screen for you guys to enjoy. Like I said, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if this helped you. This has been a heavily requested video for me to do a guide start to finish on the Cayo Perico heist. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helped. And this is a full stealth, full elite every single time guide. It works 100%. I do it a couple times a week. Anyway, until the next video, peace out, boys.